mother kept a garden that she never let go wild. She'd say the weeding's never done, but tended all the while. She'd get down on her knees at dawn before the day got hot, and pull the things that shouldn't be and keep the things she'd got. I never understood it fully till I got to be this age, till I had my own wild places, my own unfinished page, my own broken patches where the good things didn't grow. And I finally heard him say, I tend you even so. He pulls the roots of bitterness the way she pulled the weeds. He loosens up the hardened ground and plants the smallest seeds. He prunes the things that drain me so the stronger parts can grow. He does the work of seasons in the garden of my soul. It isn't always comfortable, the tending rarely is. There are mornings when the pruning hurts and tears begin. But I've seen enough of gardens to believe what gardeners say, that the cut back branch grows fuller when it rises in the May. He tends a garden of me with hands that know the word. He doesn't give up in the winter, he doesn't leave the herd. God tends the garden even in the cold. He keeps working through the dark ground, doing what he's always done of old. He pulls and plants and waters, he kneels down in the dirt. God tends the garden of every heart that hurts. God tends the garden, God tends the garden. I found a bulb this April in the corner by the wall, the one my mother planted just before she got the call. I didn't know it was still there. It'd been 3 winters cold, but there was a yellow bloom, impossible and bold. I stood and let it break me in the best of all the ways, that even what is buried beneath can rise on better days. But God had kept that bulb alive through 3 hard frozen years, the way He's kept me going through my 3 hard years of tears. He tends a garden of me with patience like the earth. He never counts the winters, He only counts the word. God tends the garden even in the cold. He keeps working through the dark ground, doing what he's always done of old. He pulls and plants and waters. He kneels down in the dirt. God tends a garden of every heart that hurts. God tends a garden. God tends a garden. I am not a finished thing. I am a working soul. I am a seed that's still becoming under God's faithful toil. And I will not be ashamed of being in the making of the mud, the roots, the reach of all this holy breaking. Tend me low, get down into my ground. Pull the dead things, plant the living, till the garden can be found. I used to think that healing came like lightning through a storm, a sudden flash, a breaking cloud, and everything reborn. I prayed for that for 7 months and watched the silence grow, until I learned the harder truth, that grace moves slow. It moves like water under ice, invisible and deep. It moves like roots through winter ground, while everything's asleep. It doesn't ask for witnesses or need a crowd to see. It just keeps working quietly inside of broken me. Grandpa had an old barn door he never seemed to fix. It creaked and swung and scraped the ground, a stubborn mix. He said, I'll get to it. Each year the same reply, but one spring morning there it was, rehung and hanging right. I never saw him working on it, never heard a sound, but sometime in the season when no one was around, he found the time and tended it the way the patient do. And I thought, Lord, that's exactly what you're doing too. You're working when I'm sleeping, moving when I can't feel a thing. And every morning that I wake up is proof of what you're building. Grace moves slow, but grace moves sure. It doesn't need my understanding, just my trust to endure. It works through every quiet night, through every tear-stained dawn. Grace moves slow, but grace moves on and on and on and on. There's a woman in my church who lost her son 2 years ago. I watched her walk through something dark that no one ought to know. But every Sunday there she sits with something in her eyes that isn't joy exactly, but it isn't just goodbye. It's something deeper, something earned, a beauty forged in fire, a woman who has been through loss and still lifts up her voice higher. I asked her once, how do you do it? She just smiled and said, you don't. You just let grace do it instead. It's working when we're sleeping, moving when we can't feel a thing, and every morning that we wake up is proof of what it's building. Grace moves slow, but grace moves sure. It doesn't need our understanding, just our trust to endure. It works through every quiet night, through every tear stained dawn. Grace moves slow, but grace moves on. Don't give up on the slow work, don't quit before the bloom. There's a harvest in your waiting, there's a morning in your room. God is in the process, God is in the pause, God is in the space between the wound and what it was. Don't rush the mending, don't rush the mending, don't rush, let grace move slow. Grace moves slow, but grace moves deep into every place I buried, every wound I tried to keep. It restores what time has weathered, rebuilds what fear is torn. Grace moves slow, but every soul it touches is eventually reborn. Grace moves slow, but Lord, it moves, it moves. I'll wait on the slow grace, I'll trust in the long road, I'll let you move the way you do. Faithful, sure and slow, slow but certain, slow but real. Grace, keep moving through me. Grace, keep moving, heal. I found the letter in the drawer I hadn't touched in years, sat down on the kitchen floor and let the quiet fill with tears. The window showed the morning field, all washed in silver dew, and I remembered what it felt like to believe that I'd get through. My mama always said that broken things get mended slow, that God ain't in a hurry, 'cause He knows which way the rivers go. So I breathed and I released the weight I'd been afraid to name, and I laid it at the doorway of a love that always stays the same. I am not where I was, but I'm not where I'll be. Somewhere in between the wound and the morning I can see. These are the hands that hold the broken, these are the arms that don't let go. When every prayer feels spoken, He hears the words I don't yet know. He holds till the broken start to glow. I walked outside without a plan and let my bare feet find the grass. There's something about the solid ground that makes the dark nights finally pass. A cardinal landed on the fence like it had something left to say, red as blood and wild as grace. I watched it fly away. I thought about the scars I wear like chapters in a book, each one a story I survived, a valley that I took, and now I see them differently. Not as proof that I was weak, but as the map of every mile that brought me to this creek. I am not where I was, but I'm not where I'll be. Every scar a stepping stone beneath the healing of His mercy. These are the hands that hold the broken. These are the arms that don't let go. When every prayer feels barely spoken, He hears the words I don't yet know. He holds the broken. He holds the broken until the broken start to glow. There were nights I couldn't breathe, nights the dark felt permanent, nights I thought the peace I lost was something I had spent. But the dawn kept showing up like a promise carved in light. Every morning was His answer to my longest, darkest night. And I'm still here, I'm still here, Lord, I'm still here. And that means something. These are the hands that hold the broken. These are the arms that never tire. When every prayer feels barely spoken, He fans the last remaining fire. He holds the broken, oh, He holds the broken. He holds them higher, 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 until the broken shine like gold. Still broken, but held, still healing, but whole enough, still standing in love. In these hands, in these hands. There are people who've been sitting in the dark so long, they've forgotten what the light feels like, forgotten being strong, who've built their life around the edges of a wound, who've made a home in hurting, 'cause it's all they've ever known. I know, because I was that person in the years before, who couldn't name what kept me standing right outside the door of healing, of believing, of the life I used to want, who gave up on the morning 'cause the morning felt too front. But a pastor once told me something I've never let go of. He said, salvation doesn't happen all at once in love. Sometimes healing is a daily act of choosing to stand up, of putting one foot out the door and picking up your cup. He said, you don't have to run back to the light. You don't have to leap, you don't have to win the fight. You just have to take one step out of the dark, and God will meet you in the threshold. God will meet you where you start. One step, that's all it takes. One prayer, that's all he needs. One crack of morning light, one bend down on the knees. One step out of the dark, one breath toward the door. That's enough to get you started. That's enough and nothing more. He doesn't ask for perfect, he doesn't wait for whole. He meets you one step out of the dark, and he holds your soul. One step, one step, one step out of the dark. I remember the first morning that I meant the words I prayed, when it wasn't just a habit and the words were not afraid. When I actually believed that someone on the other end was listening, leaning in, and wanting to attend. I remember the first Sunday that the singing hit me right, when a lyric reached in past my wall and pulled me to the light. I didn't run or shout or fall, I just sat there and I wept, because one step had taken me much further than I'd stepped. One step, that's all it was. One hymn that cracked the wall. One moment of believing, and he caught me in the fall. One step out of the dark, one breath toward the grace. That's enough for him to find you. He already knows your place. He doesn't need you ready, he doesn't need you strong. He meets you one step out of the dark, right where you've been all along. One step, one step, one step, one step out of the dark. Maybe you've been sitting in your room for weeks or months or years. Maybe you've forgotten how the sunlight feels on skin. Maybe faith is just a memory of where you used to begin. Take one step, just one step. You don't have to feel it. Take one step. You don't have to see it. Take one step. He's already in the hallway. He's been waiting just outside your grief. Take one step and let him bring relief. One step, one step, one step. He's at the door. One step. Whoa. One step out of the dark, one hand reaching toward the light. That's enough for God to find you in the middle of your night. He doesn't need your healing to love you where you are. He meets you one step out of the dark, with grace that reaches far. One step, one step, he's with you. One step out of the dark, out of the dark. One step and you are not alone. One step, and you are coming home. You don't have to be ready, you just have to begin. One step out of the dark, love, and he'll walk you the rest of the way in. One step, one step. That's all, just one step. before the weight got heavy and the light became too thin. I used to walk this river and let the water in. There was something in the current that could carry what I felt, some kind of liquid mercy where the aching used to melt. I came back here this Tuesday after months of staying in. My boots were old, my faith was thin. I barely knew how to begin, but the river didn't ask me for an explanation there. It just kept moving past me like a low, steady prayer. Willow on the bank leaned down to kiss the moving stream, and I thought about the way that I've been leaning on a dream. That someday I'd wake up and now the hurting would be gone, that healing would feel like a lightning strike, not just a quiet dawn. But the river taught me different in the language of its flow, that the deepest kind of cleansing always starts with letting go. So I opened up my palms above the water running clear, and I said out loud, God, I trust you, even here. And the trees were listening, and the water understood. There's a healing in the wild that city walls never could. The river knows my name, it's heard me cry before, it's carried off my burdens down to some forgotten shore. And God speaks in the current, God moves in the rain, and somehow in this water I find my way back again. The river knows, the river knows, the river knows my name. I stayed until the sun went low and pink behind the hills, until the evening birds came out and sang their evening stills. Didn't have a sermon, didn't have a perfect prayer. I just sat beside the river and I let God find me there. And the trees were listening and the water understood that sometimes healing only needs a quiet place and something good. The river knows my name, heard me cry before, it's carried off my burdens down to some forgotten shore. And God speaks in the current, God moves in the rain, and somehow in this water I find my way back again. The river knows, the river knows, the river knows my name. Lord, take the stones I've been carrying, the ones I don't know how to name. Let them sink into the deep place where the water swallows pain. Let the current have my worry, let the river have my fear. I'll stand here in the shallows just to feel that you are near. You are here, you are here, even now. You are here. The river knows my name, hasn't missed a single, no, not one. And he speaks through the current, he walks in the rain, and somewhere in this water, he's washing out my stain. The river knows, the river knows, the river knows. The river knows my name. Running water, running grace, he meets me in this quiet place. River knows, the river knows, and so does he. The old hymnal on the shelf has got my grandmother's name written inside the cover in a hand that doesn't wane. I pulled it down on Sunday when the pain came back again, and found the song she'd underlined, He leadeth me, amen. He leadeth me beside the still water, the verse goes, He restoreth my soul. The ancient promise says, I sat there in the afternoon with pages thin as breath, and felt her faith come reaching through the years like something fresh. I drove out past the city where the noise begins to fade out, where the road runs parallel to water and to shade. I found a little fishing spot my daddy used to know, and I sat there with the stillness that I'd needed weeks ago. The lake was like a mirror to the wide and open sky, and everything reflected there was asking me, why cry? The world is still so beautiful, even in your pain, and the God who made the still water still knows your name. He restores, not with fanfare, not with noise, but in still water, in the silence, He restores our broken poise. Still water, still me, in the quiet I am found, where the surface holds the heaven and the pieces all around. He leads me to the still place when I've lost the will to go. Still water, still me, He restores what I don't know. Still water, still me. I watched a heron standing in the shallows, still as stone, patient in a way I've never managed on my own. It didn't chase the water, didn't force the fish to come. It just stood in its stillness till the harvest could be done. Lord, make me like that heron, teach me how to wait, to trust the still and quiet and not mistake it for too late. Because you've never been too slow, you've always been on time, and every still and quiet place has been a gift of thine. He restores, with a patience I can't match. In the still waters of His mercy, nothing broken falls through the cracks. Still water, still me, in the quiet I am found, where the surface holds the heaven and the peace is all around. He leads me to the still place when I've lost the will to go. Still water, still me, He restores what I don't know. Psalm 23 verse 2, He maketh me lie down, not because I'm worthless, but because I'm running down. He knows when I need stillness more than I need to perform. He leads me to the water long before I feel the storm. And in the still, I hear Him. In the quiet, I believe that the one who made the water still has hold of broken me. Still water, still me, in the quiet I am whole, where the sky meets its reflection. God is restoring my soul. He leads me to the still place where the rushing world can't go. Still water, still me, He restores. He restores what I can't know. Still me. He restoreth my soul. He restoreth my soul. Beside the still waters, He makes broken people whole. Still water, still me. I used to hide the scar along my left arm in the summer, long sleeves in July, excuses at the water. Ashamed of what the story meant, ashamed of where I'd been, ashamed of all the seasons where the dark had settled in. But there's a woman in the book of Luke who bent for 18 years, and Jesus saw her in the crowd, He saw her in her tears. He didn't ask her to explain or qualify her pain. He just spoke and she stood straight and never bent the same. I stood before the mirror on a Thursday afternoon and looked at every mark that I had gathered in my wounds. And for the first time in a long time, I didn't look away. I let myself be seen by me, the God created way. And something in the look can change the feeling of the shame, because these marks are not my failure, they're the proof I wasn't tame. They're the evidence of battles that I waged with the dark night. And somehow in the telling, every scar caught the light. I'm not proud of all the places that these scars have come to be, but I'm grateful for the mercy that kept fighting inside of me. The scar that caught the light became the door he opened wide. He doesn't look away from broken. He leans in and calls it mine. The scar that caught the light was the scar he called divine. There's a Thomas in the Gospels who needed proof to trust, who needed to reach in and touch what faith alone discussed. And Jesus didn't scold him. He held out his hand, said, "See the scars, believe again. Come learn to understand." Even God wore scars to show us what the love cost. Even heaven carries marks from what was nailed and lost. So how could I believe my scars are ugly in His sight, when His own hands were broken, then raised in the light? I'm not proud of all the places that this story took me through, but I'm grateful I survived them long enough to find what's true. The scar that caught the light was the one I tried to hide. The wound I was most ashamed of became the door He opened wide. He doesn't look away from broken. He leans in and calls it his. The scar that caught the light was the scar that proves He is. I will not apologize for the road that made me this. I will wear my healing openly and let the light in through the fissures. There is gold in broken pottery. There is purpose in the wound. There is glory in the story of a life that found its root. My scars are not my shame. My scars are not my shame. My scars are not my shame. They're the signature of grace. The scar that caught the light was the one I prayed to lose. The mark I thought disqualified me was the one He chose to use. He doesn't waste the wounded. He doesn't shelve the bruised. The scar that caught the light is the scar that carries truth. Every scar can catch the light. Let the light in, let the light into the cracks. Let the light tell the story of the grace that brought you back. Scar and all, scar and all, He loves you. Scar and all, scar and all. There's a habit I developed in the hardest of my years, of dreading the alarm clock, 'cause the morning brought my fears. The daylight meant I'd have to face whatever wasn't right. So I learned to love the mercy of the late and quiet night. But somewhere in the winter, when I thought I'd lost the way, I woke up before the sunrise, and I heard a stillness say, "You've made it through another dark, the worst of it is past. And every morning that you rise is one that's meant to last." I made my bed and opened every window to the cold. Let the early air remind me I'm still breathing, I'm still bold. There was frost on the back pasture, and the cattle moved in slow, and the whole world looked like it was lit by something down below. I stood there in my flannel with my hands wrapped around my mug, and I felt something that I'd nearly forgotten, something like a hug. Not from anyone beside me, Lord, I've been alone too long, but from something in the morning that reminded me, hold on. And the grief is real, I know, but the grace is realer still. And the God who made this morning made me too, and He means to heal. When morning finds me here, a little less than whole, let it find me on my knees, Lord, trusting You with what I can't control. When the light comes through the window, when the frost is on the hill, let me know You never left me. Let me know You're with me still. When morning finds me, let it find me found by You. My neighbor came across the fence with something warm to share. Said, I noticed that your light was on at 3. Was saying a prayer, I smiled and didn't have the words to say what that had meant. That someone in the dark had seen my light and prayed, and heaven heard it sent. 'Cause the grief is real, I know, but the grace is realer still. And the God who made this morning has a plan beyond the chill. When morning finds me here, a little less than whole, let it find me on my knees, Lord, trusting You with what I can't control. When the light comes through the window, when the frost is on the hill, let me know You never left me. Let me know You're with me still. When morning finds me, let it find me found by You. I've lost count of how many nights I've asked You when this ends, and You've never given me a date, but You've always shown up again and again and again and again and again. You show up, You show up, You show up, Lord, every single morning. You show up when morning finds me here, a little worn, a little new. Let it find me in the stillness of a trust that pulls me through. When the sun clears the tree line and the rooster starts to sing, let me rise and meet it grateful for the healing it will bring. When morning finds me, let it find me whole in You. Let morning find me loved by You. Every morning is a mercy, every dawn a door. He who finds me in the darkness finds me worth the more. Morning come, morning come. We burn the field behind the old house, played in March. Controlled burn, they call it. Nothing random, nothing harsh. Just a clearing of the dead wood and the dried up things that were keeping what was under from becoming what it brings. I watched the black smoke rise up on a cold and bitter day, and I thought, there goes the last of everything I used to say. Everything I thought defined me, every role I used to wear. And I stood there in the fire smell with nothing left but prayer. But you should see that field in May, Lord, you should see it now. The wildflowers came back greener than I ever would allow. Purple thistle, Indian paintbrush, something small and gold coming up through ground that I had written off as cold. And I thought about the burning that the last few years had been. Everything I lost before I knew what loss had been. Every relationship and certainty I watched go up in smoke, and the wildflowers of my healing starting up through broken hope. What the fire clears away, God fills back in with grace. What the burning season empties, blooms again in its own place. Where the wildflowers grow back, that's where I'll find my ground. In the field that looked like nothing, in the ashes of the burned down. God plants in the burned places, He seeds in the dark soil, and the wildflowers grow back more beautiful after the toil. Wildflowers, wildflowers, they always grow back. My daughter brought a mason jar of blooms in from the field, set it on the window where the afternoon is revealed. She said, look, Mama, look at these, like she'd found something rare. And she had, and so had I out there. I used to pray for things to stay the way they were before the loss, before the leaving, before the broken door. But standing in that field in May, I couldn't help but see that God knew what He'd burned away to make this field, to make this me. What the fire clears away, God fills back in with time. What I mourned as destruction, He called something redesigned. Where the wildflowers grow back, that's where I'll make my home. In the places I thought ruined, in the ashes and the loam. God plants in the burned places, He works in the dark soil, and the wildflowers grow back more colorful after the toil. Wildflowers, wildflowers, He always brings them back. Burn it down, Lord, if you have to. Take the dead wood, take the dry, clear the ground of what's been blocking the new life underneath the sky. I'll trust You in the burning, I'll trust You in the black. I
I'll trust that where you take me, the wildflowers come back. They come back, they always come back. With you, they always come back. Where the wildflowers grow back is where I learn to stand, in the ground that's been through burning, in the soil of your plan. You plant in the burned places, you seed in the darkest soil, and the wildflowers grow back more alive. After the toil, wildflowers, wildflowers, wildflowers. God grows wildflowers out of ash, out of ash. He grows wildflowers, burned ground blooms, dark soil sings. Out of everything the fire cleared, God grows the most beautiful things. Wildflowers growing, wildflowers growing, still growing.